It's time to play the game. That was a Smiling Friends reference, by the way, in case you guys are unaware. Anybody who may or may not be here. That was when the fat yellow guy opens up his fat stack of takeout. It says that. Alright, I'm gonna ping the Discord. Okay. Well. Let me check that I actually have my proper... Okay, perfect. There we go. You to goat FTG, depends who you ask, depends how you phrase it. Thank you. Thank you very much. But first, let me set up this stupid vertical thing. So today, gang, we shall be doing weekly things, as we have been known to do before. And once that's done, we'll do something else. Space Marine sequel, Space Marine 3, you're surely, like, actually just trolling me, right? What's the Space Marine, what is the sequel to Space Marine? Don't do this to me so early in stream. I've been rage baited too easily by the shorts comments section. Surely you're jesting. That's, here we go. Perfect. Genjutsu of that level won't work on me. Hold on, let's, okay. Finally, we're done. Jesus. That's such a pain in the ass to set up. $5 for cosmetic pack is BS. Did my bait work? No, Genjutsu of that level doesn't work, okay? It's gotta be top tier. Mangekyo only. Let's go and, Oh, I get the title, okay. It's a joke. The play on words. Alright, come in to use the invite code, people. If you want the weekly, come on in. This here's a friendly, open little weekly for all the homies. How's everybody's week going so far? Are you guys excited for patch 12? You know, I was looking at the earnings report for Saber Interactive, not even Saber Interactive, Pull Up Entertainment. Now, Pull Up Entertainment's actually been doing pretty poorly recently. They haven't really released they haven't had a proper banger since Space Marine 2. Before that, they didn't really have a banger since Plague Tale Innocence. So, they are hurting for backlog games to do well. So I think that Space Marine 2's Year 3 is like pretty much guaranteed. Because that's where their money's coming from right now. They don't have any major games coming up. Like maybe a Plague Tale sequel, but even then. Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Lunchbox. Thank you. Let's get it going. What's up, Henaru? Or Slava Heretic. What do you do? What are the conditions for the weekly? They're very easy this week. Just voxel res with Warp Storm and Empathy. Pointed attack, Warp Storm. That pointed attack will actually just one-shot guys. It's just pretty funny. Oh, whoops. So, whoever wants to get in, come on in. Now, I'm not sure how long we'll be on today, but we'll be on for like at least a couple hours. 2-3 hours. Our CEO just bought a new vacation house, so it feels good to ensure he's doing well, cries. I already have Space Marine 3. My dad works at Saber. I'm excited for patch 12. I wish the Blood Angel head would randomly turn enemies into Horus. So, fun thing about that head pack that's coming out. So basically, you'll be able to not only swap the voices, but the heads independently. They will be available on all classes, and on top of that, all the base class heads, which means like Bulwark heads from like Decimus, Vespasius, and stuff like that. Every single one of these heads will be available on every single class come patch 12. Pretty neat little things that they're doing. Luckily, my friend is Slacker and hasn't prestiged all his classes, so I have dibs on Tech Marine. I'm sure some noble souls will sacrifice their leveling experience so that I can do Tech Marine. I'm sure they will. Take one for the team. Should I buy the Heroic Bolt Pistol? It's pretty good. Also, next patch, you'll be able to swap the skins on that to any of the other Bolt Pistol options, so including the new Raven Guard one. So, afternoon FTG, how are you, Osborne? How are you, Diesel? We're trying a bit of a support build here. What the hell? Oh. How do I get the Porphyr Shield Power Fist? I believe that one's in the Accolade store. If it's not, you can't get it currently. Some old man. Thank you for the Prime sub. Some old man. Yeah, on the note, I saw a lot of ramblings about this, but the Space Marine 2's Year 3 is, like, guaranteed. Now, assuming that Saber's going to keep pushing collaboration efforts, this is something I was looking into today, actually, was that Saber and Pull Up, they've been doing a lot of work with, like, ancillary companies like Joy Toy to have collaboration events, so we're probably going to see another thing like that during the Warhammer event at the summer preview. And on top of that, we will also have another major reveal for more Warhammer 40k games in like 2020, not 2020, Warhammer Skulls, excuse me. Now, also on the note of 40k, how do we feel about Total War 40k? Because Games Workshop stock price spiked like a motherfucker on the announcement of that game. So I'm just saying, guys, that we are about to enter a golden age of Warhammer 40k titles. I just hope it's not cooked because of console. So, as a game, it might be a little cooked. Okay, might be a little cooked. But as a piece of media for a franchise, it will just make the entire franchise better. Because, like, whether or not Total War 40k sucks ass, it's kind of irrelevant to how well it will do, I feel. In terms of, like, any other, compared to any other 40k game, I should say, because it could be the most donkey-ass garbage game ever, and people would still buy it, because it's just Total War 40k. And Total War, at its worst, is still one of the better fantasy, I should say, range strategy games.
Probably the only reason they haven't overrun us. You might be up to the same thing.
There were also some rumors floating around the default heads that could be purchased at 500 accolades apiece before they could be swapped freely. Dude, if that's true, honestly, I don't even know if I give a shit, because I'll just give you something to actually grind for in this game, and I think this game severely lacks grind currently in the end game. The actual leveling grind is way too long, but there should be more cosmetics to unlock at the end game. I think would be better, so I don't know how I feel about that. Not enough pointing happening, sir. That is true. Oh, here it is. Wait. All you gotta do for this is just point. Majority of Space Marine 2 players don't even know what 40k is about. That is definitely not true. That is definitely... I don't agree with that at all. I'm pretty sure the majority of 40k... of Space Marine 2 players only play this game because they know what 40k is about. I mean, just go on this game's subreddit for like 5 minutes, and 90% of the posts are only things you would ever understand if you were a 40k fan. Look at the Steam community page. Look at the, I mean, most people are repping, like, proper chapters in this game for a reason. I would go as far to say, I don't even think this game would be popular if it wasn't 40k. Love all your videos on YouTube. Keep up the great content, brother. Thanks, some old man. Thank you very much. I make them exclusively for you and others. I make it exclusively for every individual. What's up, Charles, as well? The point of death.
Primary task here.
To be honest, since it was added to Game Pass, there have been a lot more people who don't know, like me, although it's definitely getting me into Warhammer in general. And see, that's the good thing here. And George Shiesty, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Goddamn, dude. Thank you very much, George. But I think new people getting into the franchise is a great thing. And I think the fact it went to Game Pass, like, that is a good point. Game Pass will definitely bring in more players that are independent of, like, a proper 40k fan, because a lot of people own Game Pass that have no interest in actually purchasing the game individually. And those are where you would find the hyper casuals, who just do not care about anything beyond, like, their gaming console. Which is fine, because even if 5% of those people become 40k fans, that's a W, in my opinion. FUG has a slang going. We are currently doing the weekly. We're also using a support banner build. Now, personally, I feel like the Glory Shield builds are a lot more entertaining than Bigger Icon, because you get way more banners out. And that's where the fun in this game usually comes from, in my opinion, for this class.
Where should I start this flag?
I saw your poll. Why does everybody in this game want class healing? Because skill issue? I mean, it is technically because of skill issue. But that is the answer, but... You don't need to know lore to shoot the gun. Simple. Very true.
Keep going forward.
I was looking forward to the Tech Marine, but too many influencers spoiled it. Like, you know it was a public test server, right? Like, it was put out by the official company. It has nothing to do with influencers.
Let the heritage be a feast for the Xenos devour.
Like, everybody who owns the game on PC can play that. That's like saying the Halo 3 beta spoiled the whole game. Do you think Space Marine 2 having to base its gameplay loop off the original Space Marine game limited Space Marine 2 in any way? Any limitations that are brought on by the gameplay loop of this game are entirely the fault of the developers. And like nobody, I doubt that there was a corporate mandate from a completely new developer that said you have to do it exactly like Space Marine 1. The Dead or Alive beach volleyball beta ruined everything. Influencers equals everyone who has the game on Steam. Yeah, it's like a pretty silly complaint. Man, I was so hyped for the update, and I just couldn't stop myself from watching every video on the public beta. Oh, what's up, Kaboom?
This spell altar is ready to topple. Wreck the infernal altar.
I genuinely don't care about the lore, and that is your God-given right, brother.
Barrier down.
But you will be reported to the Inquisitor.
The traitor's jammer is likely set up in that cathedral.
Health regen should be a thing, not gonna lie, or at least 4-man squads. Definitely, 4-man squads make this game a joke. Somebody need leveling. Nobody needs leveling, we'll take the genes anyways.
Progenoids retreat. We are committed to this cause.
That's like watching a Jeremy Johns and watching the spoiler section of the vid and voting that the movie got spoiled. I mean, we already knew it was coming in the update. It's not exactly hidden, which is why it was a public test server that anybody could play, that they posted on their official community forums. FTG, you play the game like 3-man squads are a joke. 3-man squads are definitely fine in this game. There is content in Space Marine 2 that 3-man squads feel good in. 4-man squads would be a lot. That requires a significant overhaul of the current enemies. Or the current enemy spawns, I should say. Like, in Hard Siege, late waves of Hard Siege, you could justify a 4-man squad.
Press forward. This firefight is not mission critical. Dark path.
I'm curious. Now, they said in development that 4-man squads were initially the intended design of the game, but the game was too easy with 4-man squads, so they changed it. And that was the initial development team. But you also have a lot of campaign lines in that game that say like, "Oh, we could spare no expense. We could not spare 3. We can only spare 3 men." So I imagine it was a pretty early development decision. It makes the game a joke. How? Because it'd be fucking too easy. The game's not built for 4-man squads at all. That's directly from the devs, not even me. Yeah, more guns equals kill stuff faster and extra team perk and extra class abilities. Like, imagine having an Auspex plus a banner plus an Iron Halo Heavy dumping out ranged DPS plus an assault damage nuking with ground pound. Nothing in this game can stop you. Wave 50 on Siege mode we complete like the day of. Probably like wave 60. The game would also probably crash. Because there is a mod for that where you can play with like 4-man squad, actually 12-man squads, and it does not run well. That's on PC. What's the best weapon in your opinion? Overall, best weapon in the entire game is probably, as far as ranged weapons go,
magazine.
Probably Pyreblaster. Pyreblaster's just nuts.
Where should I plant this flag?
That gun is just like scales up so much. Maybe not the best for CHP regen, but
The stench of corruption.
Heavy Plasma is also an S tier pick, Multi-Melta. They're all in the same tier. Acheron can maybe spare a build pistol. Acheron can't even save his own life. Too soon.
Reload. There is no going back, brothers.
Plasma's best. Heavy Plasma is really good. It does fall off before Pyreblaster does so in Siege. Burn is just ridiculous.
The lift is out.
Controls are responsive.
We must capture those components to restart the lift. Traitorous scum have been exterminated.
Point to kill, funny. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's in this.
Seek out the room of the console.
Forgot.
That is heretical behavior.
Is the best the same as favorite for you? No, I more so judge a gun on like what it can and can't do in the hardest difficulties of the game, and Pyreblasters does more. This falls off after. I mean, they're really close. Like it's hard to judge. Like, when you're talking about a Multi-Melta, a Heavy Plasma, all these guns are in pretty similar tiers, so it can be hard to judge. But Pyreblaster's burn does scale up, and like it scales up with the amount of enemies on screen more than Plasma does.
Fresh cut. Load up.
Alright, there we go. Chaos Spot might have your favorite weapon executions. I think they're the best.
Creep through.
It's hard to dislike them. Now, Hayes was telling me he was getting burnt out from Space Marine 2. I told him he's listening to Brazilian funk, and that'll probably fix everything. He said it's a slim chance, but that's because I don't think he's... I've run the calculations, okay? Brazilian funk will save.
I was shot at a witness. About to restrain my pride.
Correct answer, yeah, that's what I mean. He was like, man, dude, I'm feeling burnt out in Space Marine 2, and I was like, have you tried Brazilian funk? He's like, I haven't tried that yet. And I'm like, well, there's an above 0% chance it'll fix your problem.
Trace the demonic bombard. Release his sorcery at it.
Severing its binding.
Only if he plays the song El Patito. That's what I told him, and he said it sounded like he was in a TikTok. And I was like, that means you're learning. That's just... I said your brain is being fixed. Don't worry.
The demon's grip on reality.
I said the nausea will pass was actually my initial... I think those were my exact words.
Dawned by this unholy feud.
Resume the assault on that altar. Set me free. We must suffer the corruption a while longer.
Seek cover. frenzy is your conviction.
There are 4 Porphyry Shield skins, but only 2 of them are in the shop. Yeah, they'll add them all eventually, but they're drip feeding them because they want you to get Twitch drops. Because there are Twitch drops coming again. I'm pretty sure most of them are going to be repeats, they said.
Suffer the corruption a while longer. Take control here.
Map is so ugly. These intro maps in the game, like some of the first Chaos maps they made, Fall of Atreus is the best one by far, but I can't lie. Playing like the launch missions in this game just gives me PTSD from this game's balance suck ass. I hate this mission. I think it's okay. Vortex and Disruption are much better Chaos missions though. The Disruption's not out yet. Will be soon though.
Demon regroup and refocus.
Teammates want me to die.
Embrace the demonic bombardment. Pursue the assault on that altar. Returning
I would
fire.
donate a kidney to remove Obelisk. Ask the community managers about that. Maybe they can work something out. I almost forget Obelisk is a post. Like, what an embarrassing map to post launch.
You mephitic vapor.
The initial Chaos maps are boring as shit to look at. I think Fall of Atreus is pretty good. I think that's definitely, they cooked with that one. That was my favorite to play initially in the game. It's also the hardest one at the time, besides Reliquary. What's the objectively correct way to play Bulwark? Support with the banner, infinite arm perks, or nuke everything with the parry perk? I mean, it depends on what you're doing. In hard strats, the strongest build for it, you just play Shield Bash. That's the strongest for hard strats and what's we call it? Concussive Force Shield Bash. When are the drops for the Double Eagle Aquila coming? Like patch 12, so February 26th. But as far as like the objectively best way to play Bulwark, I mean, you're just perfect dodge canceling, like you're just perfect block canceling everything. That's why Armor Contempt's not very good, because the better you get at the game, the worse it becomes. Because there's not like, there aren't many opportunities in Space Marine 2 you're actually blocking for Armor Contempt when you know how to play Bulwark better. It's funny in the sense that, like, Bulwark is technically an easy class, but he also has probably the highest skill cap in the game, only because he has a perfect animation cancel. Which does just give him a higher skill ceiling. But how high is that really in Space Marine 2? I don't think it's that hard. But Tactical is probably the hardest in base. Actually, Tactical is just the hardest in base, then Tech Marine. One of those two. Back is for sweats. I don't even think it's like a sweaty class. He's just a well-designed class. He's the only class that has like a proper downside, where like his strengths are very obvious. He's amazing at range damage. He's pretty good at nuking melee damage. He has a lot of Nova damage off of Auspex. A lot of great support perks, but he's a squishy cannon, squishy glass guy. Do you think survivability equals difficulty? I mean, yes, because your margin for error goes down. If I put you in a situation where you have 10 HP and you have and a boss hits you for 10 damage, how many times do you think you survive on that boss? Let's say it's like a fairly difficult boss, okay? Because like Space Marine 2 has unavoidable damage at times just because of the way it's set up. If I give you a class that has 10 HP and the boss does 10 damage a hit and you die in one hit, that's like, it might not be the hardest thing ever, but if I give you the exact same boss with a class that has 15 HP and can also heal themselves, and the boss still does 10 HP a hit, well, your margin for error has just gone up substantially. How many available tries do you have on that class versus the previous one? You know, it's the same thing as like, do we consider every boss in Dark Souls difficult? Not necessarily, but what is an Estus Flask in a game? I get what you mean. Was just wondering, since you listed Tech Marine Tactical, I believe they are the classes with the worst survivability. They definitely are. Tactical is definitely better than Tech Marine for that, though. I would say it is. Like, I mean, in a perfect world where Space Marine 2 is a game where, like, you can respond to everything perfectly, and there's always an option for you to survive, yes, it would 100% be a, like, okay, low survivability class just means, get good. But in this game, there are situations where you will just take damage. You will get frame trapped. In a situation like that, I think those classes do just become worse in some scenarios. But as a group, they're pretty good. They're still strong classes, though. I don't think there is a bad class in Space Marine. Very clear. Being squishy is attack, Tommy able to survive, perfect block to everything. I hope he does. You got me thinking about this while I walk out and have coffee. What makes a video game hard? Snake Priest, thank you for the Prime sub. But like, what makes a video game hard? People ask this all the time. I see an argument of artificial difficulty versus difficulty in games very often. Whoever wants to come do the weekly, come on in, by the way. Is the best hard siege comp still tack heavy bulwark? No, now it's tack assault bulwark. Heavy fell off a bit. Just runs out of ammo too much. Still very tanky. Really good perks, but definitely falls off. Thank you for the Prime sub, Kenny. Yeah, on the note of this, like, what makes a game hard? It's always something I think is an interesting topic. I would say a hard game is just a game that has a skill floor that's above the player average, or like the average of games. Like Sekiro requires you to time your parries no matter what. If you can't time your parries in Sekiro, you just get shit on. That's just a fundamental mechanic of the game, and timing mechanics are generally the hardest for most players to deal with. Because of that, the game is hard. Not to say it's impossible, though. People hate Sekiro because some try to play like Dark Souls. I think it's just that, like, parry and dodge mechanics in games are inherently harder than a block mechanic, because a block mechanic doesn't require as much timing from the player unless it's like a perfect block. FTG, hi everyone. What's up, Tron? Tech Marine just needs more cannon added to his class. I heard that the servo gun lack of damage is a bug, which I hope is true, because if it's a bug, it means it'll get fixed eventually. A game can be hard in two ways. It can require a lot of mastery / skill from you, or punish you hard for making mistakes. Sekiro does both. Sekiro is your favorite action game ever. I think it is a better game than Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring has more spectacle, though. But it's pretty close, because there's some pretty cool bosses in Sekiro. I would say, as far as, like, on the note of mastery, it's a good point, Aaron, but, like, on the note of mastery, I do think, like I mentioned before, that parry and dodge mechanics are usually the hardest for, like, casual players, because anything that requires timing, especially with enemy movesets, it's just going to be a difficult thing to learn, and that requires time in-game. Because if you're trying to learn an enemy moveset, you can't just, like, upload that into your brain. It just takes time played.
Our Vox transmissions are not reaching the astroplan.
I think we'll say balance is the worst weapon because timing is the most difficult.
You will be on your own from here.
It's also because it just doesn't do a lot of damage yet, but that's getting buffed.
Vox contact going dark.
Understood. Damocles out.
I mean, it's the same thing where, I put out that poll and I asked people, do they want healing on all classes in the game? And most people said yes. And, like, really all that means is most people want the game to be more forgiving. But whether or not you agree with that, it's, like, on a personal preference kind of thing. But that's really all healing in a video game is. It's a game, it's a margin for error mechanic. They want a larger margin for error, so they want the game to be more forgiving. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing either, but... it is interesting to explore a lot of the player base feels this game. It's too difficult.
Grenade released!
That turn got fucked up.
Deploying fragmentation!
My issue is getting range spammed. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. There's one thing I hope they focus on in Space Marine 3. It's a proper counterplay to range spam. Because at the moment, your counterplay is dodge, get and execute, or just get your CHP back off the counterfire. There's no, like, real perfect dodge in most of these guys. And also, a lot of the ranged enemies in this game like to shoot you when you're point blank.
Inserting rounds.
I love Elden Ring, but my god, I can't parry in it. It's just too hard. And that's why I think Elden Ring is like the most popular FromSoft game, is because Elden Ring kind of gives you it gives you every type of playstyle you'd want. Like, if you want to engage in a very slow playstyle with a great story, you can do that. It gives you a lot of opportunities to use different playstyles. You can be a block merchant, hide behind your shield the entire game if you want, and all of those are totally viable and optional playstyles for each player. These stupid conditions turn the game into Borderlands. Which Borderlands? Borderlands 4? I haven't played that one. That was awkward.
Skitter to the grave. Reload.
I was sure there was more to learn in Space Marine 2. I'm not that good at the game, but I feel like once I mastered the basics, there really wasn't that much else to the game. It's because Space Marine 2 just doesn't have like a very high skill expression. Most of the trouble in this game will come from knowledge checks. Like, the more you know about the game, the more you know about like what the enemy movesets are. And like, there is some tech on items, like cancel stuff, but for the most part, it is just positioning, because that's just how the game is made. I do think the combat's much deeper than people give it credit for, because there is definitely more to it than a lot of people treated it at launch, in my opinion. I mean, it's not the same as, like... It's not a competitive game, but it's not supposed to be. That's the convenient aspect of this one.
Ready to deploy.
I'm playing sniper, and compared to the sniper rifle, last Fusel feels weak and needs a buff. I mean, I think right now, hot take, heroic bolt sniper is the best weapon on the sniper. So I'm like, it's just so much better. The skill cap's just higher. Last Fusel kind of needs the I don't know if it needs a buff, because it is pretty ammo efficient, and will still absolutely shit on guys with high headshot multipliers. And it's also much better versus Chaos right now, the heroic bolt sniper is, even with like the new bullet magnetization they're doing. So how does this whole Twitch drop thing work? I've never done that before. So Twitch drops aren't active right now. They will be on patch 12 launch on the 26th. Well, presumably. They haven't given an official date, but like that's historically true for all prior launches. So all you have to do to get a Twitch drop is basically, I'm sure someone in chat, one of my moderators can do this, is they can give you the link to the pros account website that's for the official Saber platform, and you link your chosen platform to that, and then you link your Twitch account to that. And after you have enough watch time, while drops are active on anybody streaming, Space Marine 2 drops enabled on Twitch, you will have them automatically deposited to your inventory if you claim them on the pros website. Hopefully that makes sense. I think I have a video of it somewhere, but in a while.
Inserting rounds. Unleashing frag grenade.
Get him a banner here.
Where's light darkness flag? Reload.
Wait, depth. There's your banner. I can kind of just chill on that. Also, we have empathy active, so how much damage does it do? Okay, I just point at him. He's dead. At you. Can I point at you? See, he's dead. Point at him. Darktide does combat way better, but Darktide is an insane standard. I'll be honest, I think I prefer at this point Space Marine 2's combat over Darktide's. Darktide's enemies aren't very interesting. Definitely need an overhaul for that. Campaign stream when? I mean, probably never. Probably not anytime soon. Campaign's pretty undercooked in this game at this point.
There. That altar is projecting this unholy barrier.
Darktide is shit, Vermintide all the way. I think Vermintide definitely is better than melee. So much shit. Like, honestly, at this point, Darktide's turning more into like an MMO where you just win in the select screen. Or do you still recommend your Shield Bash Block Hammer build? Well, I don't think it's a Shield Bash build if it has a Block Hammer, but yes. I would still recommend using it. I mean, Block Hammer's so good. There's not a single build in this game that's like truly fallen off that you can't. Honestly, all of them are... If it's from like 3 months ago, it's probably better now. I can't think of a single nerf they've done in this game that was substantial. It's like the grenade launcher.
fresh magazine.
Maybe the multi-melted double shot, and that gun's still top tier.
Target destroyed. What is a little sorcery to the right?
I've really grown to dislike first-person melee in games. I don't know if I go that far. I just don't like the one in Dark title that much because it's far more of a. I think Vermintide did it much better. How's the Neo Volkite something pistol? It's good. Underrated. It's about to get better too. Campaign is a 4-hour tutorial with a decent story. The campaign, listen guys, the campaign's good. It's just the campaign didn't receive all the updates that the main game, that the rest of the game did. Even PvP's had more updates. So you have so basically what happens is you go from operations to campaign and you have no perk trees on your weapons, no perk trees on your character. That's it. No biovores in campaign. That's also true, Hypex. That is true. There are no biovores in campaign. Titus has every perk.
That is not in sight of us. Our adversary wishes to use their response. Deny them any advantage. Steel yourself! All are coming!
Oh shit. No Raveners either? Well, that's just not true. There's nothing Raveners in the campaign. I don't know if there were Chaos Spawn though. The laser pointer, dude. I had a kid who did this in high school. Point a laser pointer down the hallway, dude. That guy went straight to the principal's office. In school suspension for a week. But not in this 41st millennium. You get a whole ass badge for doing it now. I've heard this game looks way better than you imagine. That's why you should buy it. Great game. It'll probably be on sale again past 12. Which comes down to 26. Now with the weekly, I'm on console, so I can't type fast for the code. I mean, these guys are also on console. They can definitely type fast. Let me try to get you in.
The stench of corruption. What's up?
I know it'll be a while, but I can't wait for what class is after Tech Marine. Well, they haven't confirmed they're working on any classes after Tech Marine. They actually said they have 0 classes planned after this one, but I'm sure that decision will change, or those plans will change the moment Tech Marine launches and is like the best they've done in their company for a long time. Especially since right now, Pull Up Entertainment, the parent company of Saber, is not doing so hot. They haven't really had a banger since Space Marine 2. And before that, the last banger they had of any kind of pull-up was Plague Tale Innocence. And since then, their company values dropped dramatically, even with Space Marine 2's success. Like, this game kind of pulled them out of the dredges. So they're really going to be focusing on more content for this, I would assume, because in their 2025 earnings report, or I should say their earnings report for 2025, Space Marine 2, among other members of their back catalog, was like the majority of their revenue for shareholders. And if you want to find out what game's going to get an update, just look at where the money is. For the parent company. It's the biggest indicator.
Countdown sequence.
Bilateral security. We need to authorize remote control before it times out.
I was about to think about bring up the parent company. Do you think that because of the earnings, they'll allocate more to Space Marine 2? I mean, like 1,000,000%. Also, there is nothing free in life. When it comes to, like, games are a business, plain and simple. And if a parent company is making money off of this, you can bet your ass
Motivation is required.
that they're going to allocate all the resources to that. You know, today, like 3 hours ago, Microsoft announced they're adding, I believe it was either $5 or $50 billion to their AI research. You want to know why that is? It's because NVIDIA went up in stock value by 1,000% in the last 5 years. And they have an absolute monopoly on it, so you're probably about to see AI just be at the predominant, at the forefront of fucking everything. And Microsoft wants a piece of the pie. Isn't NVIDIA skipping out their GPUs next year? I'm not sure. The thing about NVIDIA is they have a very large monopoly, or not necessarily monopoly, but they are at the forefront of the AI industry, ahead, so far ahead of all the competition, mainly just because they had the perfect infrastructure for it already. And like most hardware currently is already built to interact with like what they do. So it definitely helps. Though China is trying to like catch up. It'll be a very long time. China's also been allocating a lot of resources towards AI. We'll see what happens. The point is, though, in the case of Space Marine 2, the fact that Pull Up Entertainment, the parent company, the fact that their money is predominantly coming from a back catalog, Space Marine 2 Year 3 is coming. Like, end of story. It's ridiculous to think it's not. It makes total financial sense for them to do so. At the end of the day, that's really all that matters to these companies. AI is a bubble right now. Open AI will go bankrupt this year if they don't run a profit. That's technically true, but no one can actually predict the future on those kinds of things. Alright, so here we go. I know there's this joke about we all have a skeleton crew working on it, so I'm really hoping more manpower means we might get more overall content compared to last year. I mean, year 2 for Space Marine 2 was pretty good, I think. I think that's just reflected in, like, overall player numbers as well, and the fact that they're allocating more resources to it. Man, this weekly is so fucking easy. Empathy is such an easier, modifier than a great responsibility. If they optimize loading screen times, it's going to be much more peak. Listen, that's not. We don't operate in fantasy here, okay? The loading screens are just an inevitability, like death and taxes. I hope the voice line DLC is indicative of that change. I think it is. I mean, Space Marine 2 is doing better than it's ever been. The game is way better now than it was at launch, and people love this game at launch. I don't understand where most of the grumbling comes from in this game. Space Marine 2 is a pretty consumer-friendly business practice. Like $5 DLCs in 2026. Like, are we even looking at the rest of the gaming market to complain about this game of all things? Use the loading screens to meditate on the Emperor's greatness. Like, honestly, the complaints I've seen about pricing in this game's DLCs, it makes me feel like I'm reading Reddit posts from like 2012. You know, before MTX were fucking everywhere. $5 second mortgage, here I come. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, my ability to financially give a shit it begins and ends at hearing there's a $5 price tag for like the DLC cosmetic pack, like voice lines. I'm pretty sure I've spent more than that on like a RuneScape membership. A recurring RuneScape membership. It's absolutely insane. It's fucking $5. Take all my money. Like when I'm lifting up Big Mac in one hand and like $5 DLC pack in the other hand, the Big Mac is more expensive. I do not care. 99 agility, by the way. Try 120 agility, okay? I had the 120 agility cape. I had the 120 divination cape, and I also had the 99 agility cape in old school RuneScape. Okay, I was made to sit there and click button. It was the sole reason for why I was born. Grown, actually. Like a lab creature. It all began at the $5 horse armor DLC. Yeah, so for the price of $5 in like 2008, you can get a DLC pack in 2026. If we just like account for inflation, it's like a $2 skin pack in like 2012 or something like that. Hold on, let's see. What was $5? It's probably way more than that. But what was $5 in 2012? $7 today. It's like not that. Well, pretty not actually. I knew I was off. I knew I was off by quite a bit, but
Gratitude bestowed.
What perks are you running? I can show you, actually. People dumping 3 digits, if not more, into trash like League of Legends. Okay, so I personally know a guy that spent $10,000 on Star Citizen. Now, some people do just have more money than they know what to do with. But I asked him, I was like, okay, he's like, this is my only hobby. I work IT. I have a good job. This is just this is how he like justifies it. He's like, this is my only job or my only hobby, so I'll spend $10,000 on Star Citizen. And then I'm like, wow, that's cool, I guess, but like, I don't know, dude. Why is your hobby the cuck chair? Well, that's my question. Like, of all the things to be your hobby, why that? Why the cuck chair game? Another poor soul scammed by Star Citizen. Yeah, like when I see somebody, I know friends who have spent like, ridiculous amounts of money on tabletop games like Warhammer, like Magic the Gathering. But, like, you can liquidate those games. Like, technically you can. It might not be easy, but you could technically sell all your Pokemon cards. You could sell all of your Magic cards and get some return. Who the fuck are you selling your Star Citizen account to? Like, some random dude on, like, AliExpress? Like, what the fuck? How are you getting your money back? You're never getting your money back, ever. It's not even, like, remotely the cuck chair game, and now I need to know what this is. Star Citizen. It's the cuck chair game. FTD, men like that are just weird damned souls. Tell him, Balthazar. FTG, what is your favorite Legion overall? Blood Angels. Even though we're playing Salamanders right now. So somebody asked about the perk tree here. We shall show. Now, the first perk I take on this build is Intimidating Aura. A perfectly timed parry does air effect within a 5-meter radius. The cooldown is 5 seconds. This perk dumps out tremendous damage and will scale up with difficulty. This is one of the best perks in the entire game. It can really carry entire boss fights, like the Vortex Beast, like the Carnifex, like the Tyranid Primes, even the Hive Tyrant. There is really nothing this this perk can't kill, even if it's a boss, mainly because it's just free melee damage on a fundamental core mechanic of the game, and that is a huge boon to you, the player. So, actually, here, I can... And he's making a video recording, of course. FTG just had a command prompt run on him. You know me too well. You two Talking Man voice initiated. Now, the first perk I take on this build is Intimidating Aura. A perfect time parry does air effect into a 5-meter radius. The cooldown is 5 seconds. This perk just dumps out tremendous damage against pretty much anything in the game. It gives you free damage on a core mechanic of Space Marine 2, which is parrying and blocking, and because of that, you can trivialize a lot of the encounters just off this perk. You'll wipe out Majoris, you will wipe out Extremis, you'll be able to do free damage on bosses like the Vortex Beast, Carnifex, Tyranid Primes, even the Hive Tyrant. This really is one of the best perks in Space Marine 2, and really for any player I think this is good, and really helps out your damage on a support build. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting for 25% less damage from ranged attacks while being surrounded by 5 more enemies. This perk is just a free range damage reduction perk, a really good option and much better than the other two in this column. And next perk here is Steel Within for a 30% health damage reduction while below 50% HP. Now, damage reduction in Space Marine 2 is really strong because Space Marine 2 is a game where you cannot avoid all damage, so sometimes you will simply be hit in Space Marine 2, so having free damage reduction off of that is very nice, and this one pairs very nicely with your starting HP increase of 30%, because having a 30% having a 30% health damage reduction on top of a 30% starting HP increase, it just means you're getting way more value out of your already fat HP pool. So great option, and by far the best in this column in my opinion, though armor reinforcement is also very strong. The next perk here is Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds, all team members automatically restore one armor segment. Free armor restoring a 30-second cooldown is godly in this game. This is by far the best perk in this column, though Advanced Conditioning may be better for newer players. Next perk here is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies in this area of effect. This perk is a free AoE shock day on your banner. You'll be able to wipe out Minoris. It deals significant damage to Extremis, Majoris, and even bosses. And because I'm taking Glory Shield in this build, we actually get more value out of this perk because our banner will be lasting 20% longer as well. So nice synergy there. Though I will say you do get less out of this perk if you take the healing perk down here, but you'll still be able to get some benefit out of it. So I would just take this anyways. Next perk here is Glory Shield. All team members in the banner's area of effect take 20% less damage, and the banner lasts 20% longer. Now, this is my preferred perk on the Bulwark, mainly because more banners is more fun, and you also just get way more benefit out of the other buffs from your perks. Like other buffs from your banner perks, where you have Inspiration here. All team members in the banner's area of effect deal 20% more damage, and the one up here, Purity of Purpose, the banner deals damage over time to enemies with its area of effect. So both of these perks just get way more value off of your Glory Shield perk, so pretty good option there. And next perk here is Inspiration for a 20% damage increase, and the final perk is Armor Advance, give you no knockback while armor is remaining, which is really damn useful. So good stuff here for sure, especially since you're not taking Merciless Resolve on this build, and this perk is very strong for no knockback, though you do have to manually activate it. So that's why we pick up this one. That's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree. Holy Eminem intro. It always is, dude. It always is. Anyways, I'm not doing a full video on that. It's not right now. FTG has such good guides that if it wasn't for him, I would not have the knowledge I have today. The reason I enjoy this game is because of this man's work. Thank you, Mega Montrex. And I also see you have a brand of sacrifice on your PFP. A Berserk Reader, perhaps? Or a Tourist. Who knows? Okay, we're going to play Assault next. Actually, we're just going to play... Yeah, I'll play Assault next. Whoever wants to come on, come on. FTG, are you a rap god? SFTG, the Space for 2 build salesman. Stop it, stop it. FTG, when can we get MySpace Titus in the corner again? Let's see. He's here somewhere. There it is. This is Titus's MySpace profile pic. What's your favorite class? Probably tactical. Probably tactical. My eyes. Dude, what's wrong? This is the most handsome picture of Titus, first of all, so... I don't want to hear any slander in chat. Alright, let's get the homies in. Look at that jawline, it's true, dude. A jawline only fit for Henry Cavill. I guess we just play tack. This weapon will be getting better next patch. I can play Daka Daka. I can play Pyre Cannon. Do you guys Pyre Cannon? I promised you guys the weekly, so I guess I have to do it, but hold on. Is there anything else that's fun that I'm going to force you into? No. Wrong because it's not Mark Strong. Does he look bald to you? How many hours do you have in this game? At least 69 minutes. That's how long I've been streaming. We have a confirmed 69 minutes. What's the worst class in the game? Either Sniper or Vanguard. But probably going to be Tech Marine on launch. Because Tech Marine is definitely worse than... that Vanguard and Sniper are right now. FTG is Assault or Bulwark better? You see, these are both S-tier classes you're asking about. Is Bulwark a better class for hard strats than Absolute? Yes. Only because of what he can do and can survive, but Assault will just have a harder time to come out to the exact same outcome, which is winning. In Siege mode, he's just the best. Because he just goes the highest by himself and in groups, which is what I would categorize as the best option. Bulwark and hard strats and Absolute can just win. He just does everything. Bulwark also has an easier time living and like succeeding in the Absolute Plus difficulty, which is harder than Siege mode, to be honest. But Assault's one of those classes that does scale up dramatically. It actually scales up infinitely with enemies with the proper build. So the more enemies you put on screen, the better he does. Do you judge class's performance from its power and absolute operation strats, or how powerful it's easy as to push wave 40 in Siege? Well, they're two different things. Because Siege mode is easier in some ways than Absolute can be. You just have more resources. But if we're talking about like what's better in general, Assault's top tier for hard Siege strats and hard strats and operations. And so is Bulwark. I think Bulwark's just better in hard strats and operations because he just performs better on his own. But in a group, Assault is just peak. And honestly, the only reason Assault isn't like the god tier pick in all of those missions either is because the enemy density is just not as high as Siege. He's still an S tier class though. Like honestly, at this point, saying Assault's not S tier is just like an insane statement. Oh, that's cool. If half of the deck Marines bugs,
Thousand suns cower behind their petty sorcery.
They seek to lurk in safety while we battle with the Tyrannies.
I say we take down that barrier and feed the heretics to those fools.
Assault is Z tier. He's off the tier list, he's so high. You know, we talk about this all the time, which is like, what's the best class in Space Marine 2? The answer is, for 99% of the player base, it doesn't fucking matter because they're not actually playing at any difficulty that would ever actually require it to be a serious consideration about like what your exact team comp is. Because how many players in Space Marine 2 are even trying to go past 40 Siege? Maybe like 0.01%. And if you are somebody going for that, you're probably not watching my fucking guides, because you probably don't need them.
Refilling magazines. Conversion field operational.
If you're someone going for wave 40 Siege, you enjoy pain. So going for 40 Siege is actually pretty fun. One of the most entertaining things to do in the game. With a dedicated team. It is just like riddled with bugs though. It does suck. But I imagine nobody there. I mean, usually at that point you're sharing strategies among like a very specific group of people. Like you probably don't need a lot of help. And the people asking what's the strongest class probably already fucking know that much. I would imagine. This story from Twitch, you ran ads just as you put the code up. Can you save me a spot next round? I'll try to, but I'm not gonna. We're predominantly just playing with whoever gets in first. My friend is in your lobby. That's sick. Wave 40 is insane. Easier than you might think now, because the strats have definitely improved. The real cutoff point for Siege these days, if you have like a good run, is like wave 40, like wave 48, wave 47. Like honestly, getting past wave 50s might actually be impossible, or require literally everything to go right. Because the amount of time it actually takes to kill those final bosses is staggering. It really, really puts the entire run into perspective. Why not use max FOV? Why would I? Why not use max FOV? Real question. It's fucking ugly in this game. Real answer. My game just crashed too much to try for high level siege. That's another thing. The game's performance gets progressively worse. That's why this, you know, people often forget that the timer exists in Siege mode, not because Siege mode has a challenged DPS speedrun mechanic, but because the game will literally crash if it doesn't have one.
Such heresy cannot be allowed to continue.
Flesh-bound meddlers!
What class is the easiest to get into is a real question. I would say heavy. It's definitely Vanguard. Vanguard's like everything Vanguard does can be automated. You can just have a straight up grapnel, armor restore, melta, CHP, health regen, armor regen, auto heal build that requires you to time literally nothing. After that, I would say Bulwark, because Bulwark's stacked up with damage reduction and healing perks.
Cast out the blasphemer's sorcery! Shows the heretics are already stronger!
Then probably heavy. We do like a little bit of burn.
Class heretic decommissioned. Preparing disciplinary report.
While simultaneously doing fuck all for damage. I mean, Vanguard has fine damage in operations. Only like the boss damage only really starts to suck when you're playing hard siege. There's nothing, I don't even think there is a build in a proper group that's struggling at this point in this game. Outside of Siege. Game's just not hard enough outside of that.
Altar destroyed.
Is leveling slow in this game? I wouldn't say it's slow, it's definitely not fast. What chapter uses big dick energy? Parcarodons.
Zone secured. Intercepting projectile. Calibrate your aim, brother.
Minotaurs? Minotaurs are the Inquisition's bitch. I don't know if I call them big dick energy.
Target acquired. Primary altar beneath the dome. Let us drop it and give the high.
Pew. Burn them. What's the highest DPS class of what weapons? Highest DPS. Probably Pyre Blaster, Heavy Plasma, Assault with Ground Pound when they have enough enemies in front of them. Auspex Tack kind of enables the DPS of anything though.
Iron Halo online. Iron Halo protocol in progress.
Quotient reduced.
Power diminishes.
Target the altar.
That will do.
Barrier down.
Thinking about Shark Boy, seems that Tyberos is getting the Primaris augments even more of a Giga Chad.
Come on.
Didn't he get injured pretty badly recently in lore? It's also a famous Ultramarine, Gaius the Terminator, died recently. Very tragic. Very sad.
Iron Halo ready.
Xenos did not waste any time dropping him.
Enemy opposition reduced. Move on target.
The plot armor finally wore thin. I'm pretty sure he just put his helmet back on. Maybe they didn't think anyone would get that far, so the timer's just an oh shit quick fix and they realized people were pushing that far. No, it's more that they say it multiple times that the game will just crash if they don't have that. They said eventually they think they could remove it, but they said this in like community posts ages ago. That like they were planning on removing the issue from Siege, but like Siege mode is also just kind of a shit mode anyways. It's like very gimmicky. What the fuck? Why are the enemies? But Siege mode is a very gimmicky mode anyways in the game. It doesn't really have like any, there's no dynamic feature to it outside just like part that's the map, to be honest. It's much less dynamic than Operations. It's not much of a surprise most people don't play it. It also just takes too fucking long. Like most people don't have 3 hours, like 2 to 3 hours to dedicate to one match. It's really only fun if you have like a coordinated group for it.
Experiencing more corruption symptoms. Dangor eliminated.
Especially they were the two worst weapons on Heavy. I mean, that's easy. It's just Heavy Bolter and Heavy Bolt Rifle. Actually, yeah, I'd still say Heavy Bolter is worse than the Fire Cannon. Heavy Bolt Rifle is definitely the worst, and like, it's not even a question right now.
Iron Halo online.
I'm the burn. I'm Fire Cannon. Is strong enough to carry it though. Okay, well there goes my ammo. Please burn so I can get your ammo.
Fatality reported.
Why is there so much shit here? What's going on? Heavy Bolt Rifle Heavy is so much fun. I don't know if I'd call it fun. It's definitely gonna be fun next patch with the new Heroic one. The Heroic one's fun. That one is cool. That has a fucking grenade launcher on it. Why is Heavy Bolter considered kind of bad? It's not bad, it's just overshadowed by like godlike weapons, Sharp Plasma, and Multi-Melt in this game. And even then, the fencing one's very good. The heroic one. But if they got a buff. It definitely got a buff.
Execute Iron Halo tactics. Cultist, what happened? Controls unresponsive. Got to reset the link. Additional enemies.
Okay. Ow. Balance moment.
Iron Halo ready. Intercepting the cooperation. Now. Preparing disciplinary report. Son of madness. Terminated.
Is this live chat or what? It certainly is.
Iron Halo online. Conversion field operation. I think this will do it. Secondary activation required. Eliminate the sphere. Alpha Chaos Special successfully deployed. Timeout locking protocols are the bane of my existence. There are 2 consoles and 3 of us. We will not be caught unprepared.
God damn it.
We may need to split up from...
There we go.
Lift restored. Enhanced tactic ready. Engaging elite countermeasures. Eliminate target before it summons reinforcements. Iron Halo online. Iron Halo protocol in progress. Heresy quotient reduced.
Our descent continues.
Okay. Thank you, Weekly, for reminding me every day why I like Tyranids more.
Iron Halo ready. What needs that? Engaging elite countermeasures. Conflict resolved. Spawn exterminated. Preparing disciplinary report.
I wish the Heavy had more gun-specific perks in the skill tree. I just wish the Heavy had a better skill tree.
Is registering interference.
I actually think we should have fewer gun-related perks. I mean, like, maybe like weapon-specific perks are pretty shit in this game. Like, those should be part of weapon perks, in my opinion.
Tactic ready.
And the actual perk tree should be changing up the way your class itself plays.
Unidentified warp.
But maybe one day we'll get there. This is the last week I'm doing right now, by the way. If you're curious.
Sever its ties to those who exist.
Another execute just for me. Ow. Ow. Nice try.
Iron Halo online.
Blob thing.
Strikes at us.
I can take it. I'm tough. I can handle it. If I pass all the damage to my teammates, I'll never die.
Demon returning fire.
See? Should I do another weekly? No, not after this.
Altar destroyed.
Not after this.
Brace for demonic bombardment.
Most helpful teammate. You're just sitting there. Just... the empathy modifier. 100% damage shared among all players. That means my fire cannon will recover all my HP if I pass the burden of adaptation to all of their souls.
Warfire incoming!
Guys, my fire cannon's going crazy here. I'm barely taking any damage while I just see them dripping blood. Optimal gaming.
Going to kill you soon enough, demon!
Demon host engaging.
Ow.
Disengaging. Iron Halo ready.
Alright, this person said, do you think there's ever a chance for Meltas to behave like Meltas instead of fire shotgun? Always been an annoyance for me. Probably not in this game. They have to change a lot in this game to make that true. I don't know what they would do. Like, they would have to fundamentally change the design of the weapon.
Regroup and refocus. Demon host engaging. Brace for demonic bombardment.
Me, an empath, watching my teammate being shot by a bird demon. I mean, that's a pretty powerful demon host to have a Lord of Change attached to you. What do you think it tells them? I mean, how many demon hosts have a greater demon of Zinj attached to them? GG's FTG, my bad for dying. You died? I didn't notice, George. Thanks for playing. Thanks, was fun. Thank you both for playing. Now we're gonna play Absolute Plus. Some gonna call it an absolute nightmare. Not me, but some. I can always hope though on RP is my Iron Warrior Centurion. Sorry, we have multiple levels to go through to get Iron Warriors in PvE. Number 1, the greatest enemy of mankind, Games Workshop. It probably tells him tomorrow's lottery numbers. The greater demon attached to you will tell you the lottery numbers for the Powerball, but the catch is you're stuck in jail and you can't buy a lottery ticket. And no phone calls. The monkey's paw curls. Absolute Plus is such a lame name. I know it is. That's why I renamed it to Nightmare. That's why. Exactly why. And if Hypex has a problem with that, he can message me directly. He did name a boss in it after me. Bro, I wish you would live stream when you play Nightmare. I do all the time. And yesterday's lotto numbers, but he doesn't know which is which. That truly is the monkey's paw. Unmatched Deal or Inner Fire, which one do you pick on Absolute? Well, Inner Fire is better. Unmatched Deal is just easier for newer players. It'll be easier to play with, but TDR is technically better if you're all on point. Okay. Okay, let me just retake this because I couldn't take it last time because my brain was rotted. I've been baited. Haven't we all, dude? Genjutsu's getting more powerful these days. Should have been plus ultra. Listen, there will be no My Hero Academia mentions in this chat. Okay, this is a JJK fans only chat. You're allowed one Naruto reference per chat. Nothing from Demon Slayer or you will be banned. You know how it is. I don't make the rules. They're just part of the game. Your video voice is better than my interview voice. I fumble more. You know, it's funny. It's exactly how I talk in the interview, too. Mid-hero. Tell louder for the people in the back, some random guy. My Hero Academia is trash. JJK is better. One Piece is also trash. Anything else? I can say this in this chat, right? One Piece is also bad. What else? Naruto's okay. Naruto's better than Bleach and One Piece. Kojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider is the best anime airing right now. Did you know there was a Kamen Rider? It's funny that you mentioned Kamen Rider because there is an entire Kamen Rider show. You guys have seen Kamen Rider, right? There was an old Kamen Rider is like one of the longest lasting things ever. Like Power Rangers before. 1971. Is JoJo's allowed? Yes, you're allowed to like JoJo's. We accept this is a JoJo's fan haven, actually. Okay. Delicious in Dungeon? Oh, it's an anime casual? Okay. Oh, I'm not a casual, dude. You just have shit taste. Do tell me your exquisite idea, dude. Hold on. I meant in one guide. Alright, one guy. What's your favorite underground anime, dude? I swear to God, if you say a hentai, you're banned. Let me guess, you like the immaculate art of Freerun. You're a Trigon fan. This guy likes Cowboy Bebop. I'm fellow stand user fan. Okay, let's go here. Unless you're referring to the other guy. One Piece is peak. If we talk about Berserk anime, I'm assuming we're talking about the 1997 version. 1997 version was pretty good. The Future Diary is an amazing underground anime. Oh god. What if I invite into this chat? Anyways. Now for the perk on this Bulwark build, I did take Intimidating Aura first. A perfect time parry does air effect. Oh my god, can I English, dude? Can I fucking English today? Now for the Bulwark perk tree, I did take the perk Intimidating Aura first. A perfectly timed parry deals air effect within a 5-meter radius. The cooldown is 5 seconds. Can I actually not fucking English today? Hold on. Hold on. Was that English? It just came out. Let me listen to the replay. What the fuck just came out of my mouth? That was not English. That was an amalgamation of words. Take a sip of coffee now. Now for the Bulwark perk tree, I do take Intimidating Aura first. A perfect time parry deals area effect damage within a 5-meter radius. The cooldown is 5 seconds. This perk simply... Holy shit. I'm actually gonna grab water. I'm actually gonna die here, dude. 1 second. First stroke of guardsman. Yeah, that's honestly what it's like sometimes. What it feels like. Out of curiosity, what's my first language? What do you ask? I have an Out of curiosity, what's my first language? It's obviously English, dude. Or even on. What else do I be speaking? What does my accent sound like? I do have TMJ, so my jaw will lock. That does make me sound different, but... There we go, what do they call it? Sometimes he starts ranting about anime that we asked the Space Marine 2 question, distract him back to the game. Listen, okay. FTG was an anime tuber way before he was ever a Space Marine tuber. And this is why I find it particularly funny when 40k fans are like, ew, anime, as if their shit isn't like equally ridiculous. FTG broken and possessed by corn. Alright. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do Absolute Plus, and then we're gonna go and, like, I don't know, find Jesus or something. Anyways. 1 second. Ahem. Now for the Bulwark perk tree, we do take the perk Intimidating Aura first. A perfect time parry deals area effect damage within a 5-meter radius. The cooldown is 5 seconds. This perk does a ridiculous amount of damage. One of the best perks in the entire game. It can pretty much trivialize a boss fight on its own. You will deal significant damage to a Tyranid Prime, Hive Tyrant, Karn effects, even a Vortex Beast. It really is one of the best damage dealers that the Bulwark has on offer, so I really would pick this up, though I would say the perk up here, Conviction, is better for damage reduction. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting. If you are surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you will take 25% less damage from range attacks. This perk is just a free range damage reduction. Being surrounded by 5 or more enemies happens all the time in this game, so really easy to pull off, and much better than the perks up here like Shock and Awe and Armor of Contempt. Next perk here is Steel Within. When your health is less than 50%, you will take 30% less health damage. This perk with our 30% increased starting HP just gives us a ridiculous amount of survivability. Very powerful option in Space Marine 2. I will say Armor Reinforcement on Armor of Reinforcement is a very powerful perk as well. Getting armor back on a non-finisher gun strike will save your life in a lot of scenarios, though having damage reduction overall I think is a bit better even on Tyranids. Next perk here is Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds, all team members automatically restore 1 armor segment. This perk is just god tier, by far the best team perk that Bulwark has currently, because any amount of armor remaining in Space Marine 2 will reduce all incoming melee damage to 0, even from bosses. So having a 30-second drip feed of this for your entire team not only makes you incredibly tanky, but also makes classes like the Tactical that are usually very squishy tankier as well. So a really good synergy there for everybody. Next perk here is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies with its area of effect. This perk is incredible. It pretty much just puts down a shock area AoE nade effect around your banner. Very powerful, just wipe out Minoras, deal significant damage to Extremis, Majoris, and even bosses. And you actually get more benefit out of this perk on this build because we do take the perk Glory Shield as well. All team members in the banner's area of effect take 20% less damage, and the banner lasts 20% longer. Now, since we have a 20% last for longer, alright, I give up. We'll do it later. I'm just going to touch it. Sometimes your brain's just like that. I'll tongue twist it later. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna go play Absolute Plus. That's actually easier right now. That's. Does Siege mode get any updates? No, and it won't get any. We'll get like a new map later, but none right now. Sometimes just not the day, dude. That's just not the time. It's not the day. Did I hear Absolute Plus? How a bummer, dude. That TMNT reference I just heard. How a bummer. TMNT. It's good. That's some good shit. All my homies love TMNT. Right, guys? Right, chat? Raphael fans, stand up. Make yourselves known. Have you called a plumber to your home lately? No. There's a guy putting in a new door for me tomorrow. Suffering time? No. Because we're just going to play Bulwark and body whatever's put in front of us. No one hates TMNT? Dude, I guarantee you that's not true. Let me Google this right. I hate TMNT. Google search. Okay, no, maybe nobody does hate this. It's all people who like TMNT but hate part of TMNT. Oh, here's a whole Reddit post from 2 years ago. It says, one of my friends doesn't like Ninja Turtles. What should I show him to give him the franchise? Hold on. It says, the guy said, what should I show him to have him give the franchise a chance? And the top comment says, if he doesn't like it, just leave him alone about it. This isn't a cult. People are allowed to have their own interests. I'm afraid this guy is incorrect. It is a cult. You are not allowed to not like TMNT, so... the comments are like, it's okay, you can still love your friend. Yeah, we must purge them. Yeah, purge the heretic. Rip that door. We follow the teaching of Master Splinter. The upcoming Twitch drops for patch will be a rerun of previous drops, or did I read BS? I'm pretty sure that's the case. Mainly because they're doing it all over again. They're bringing in a bunch of new players, so I imagine they want to get them an option to do that. And they're also probably fucking lazy. Now, there's some real, like, Saber interactive glazers out there that'll say, like, oh, Saber actually gives us everything. Okay, like, listen. In Space Marine 2's community, do people complain about Saber to, like, an actual ridiculous level? Absolutely. Is all of it unjustified, though? Definitely not. Saber is a lazy fucking company sometimes. But, you'd also think this is some people's first video game ever with how they talk about it. Oh, look at that. That's rip. Like that. Bit of an iron. It's supposed to be for Iron Warriors, but we'll take it. The drip feed content pipeline, that's all games ever, though, that have any type of, like, DLC drip feed to them. It's either that, or you get, like, a... or you get something worse. Alright, what are we taking today? I mean, we could take the Power Sword, but the Power Sword is definitely worse for this than the Power Axe, but... it has an aura, so... it might be mandatory. Now, you probably do want an icon on this and, like, Defensive Mastery. If it's... let's do it. We'll go for the Black Templar Axe. Could be worse.exe. I don't think it's like a could be worse.exe. It's more like a Space Marine 2's community is like actually fucking insane sometimes. I don't know where the complaints come from sometimes. Yeah, it's a $5 DLC. Like, listen, I don't want to be the guy to say like, I'm probably the last person everyone wants to hear say, listen guys, if you can't afford a $5 DLC, maybe don't play a fucking video game. And if it's that big of an issue, if like if this is the straw that broke the camel's back, a $5 DLC, where the fuck were you when Battlefront 2 fell? Where were you when the MTX store came for Darktide? Where were you when the Avengers game suffered? Where were you when the horse armor began? That's food for thought. Thank you, Tangongo, for the prime sub. You're on the throne dropping on that. Yeah, where were you when the Custodes stood against the horde of demons in the portal in the Imperial Palace?
Several Tyranid war vessels. Combat Squad Phaedrus is already on board and is the tip of the spear.
You want to fight this war? Why haven't you shown up to a battle since now? Or until this moment? And if you haven't at every battle, you've been doing a shit job, so... Because we got $5 DLC packs still.
Breach via any existent openings you find.
Acknowledge, Phaedrus.
Progress towards the Ordnance Depot. We will rendezvous with you and combat squad Hereton there. Remain vigilant. The Xenos infestation goes deep in this ship.
Keep moving. The Ordnance Depot is deep within the belly of the fortress. Eradicate every trace of Xenos existence we encounter.
Oh, this is not the right one. This is not a block one. By the time you're duo with Haze, there will be a conflict where you'll be able to set the amount of secondary bosses, etc. So you can have 5 bosses at the same time. Isn't it fun? I mean, I'll see how I'm fucking doing on Saturday. I don't actually have a proper time scheduled for that, but yes, most likely. That sounds super fun. That sounds so much fun. That's riveting. I'm gonna do this on Inferno because it's a prettier map than Reclamation, maybe. Actually, Reclamation looks pretty sexy, though. Right, this is a fencing one. First of all, yuck. We want block. We want the Chad block weapon. I was there 10,000 years ago for all the Mass Effect 3 DLC. Yeah, the people complaining about DLC in this game, like, have you been actually living under a fucking rock for like the past 10 years of gaming to complain about a $5 cosmetic DLC? There's actually more value in this DLC than the other controversial DLC from, you know, 2007, 2006, the Horse Armor DLC. You know, a humble 20 years ago. Send me into... Oh, fuck, we'll do it on recommend. Brothers has already asked, how come is the Twitch stream is only at 720p? Fucking good question, dude. Twitch has been doing this to me all day. I have it set to stream in 1080p, and then it just doesn't do it. Or, like, sometimes it gives it, and then it, like, removes it. So it's a Twitch issue. It's done this to me before. I've said it multiple times to stream both, but... COD cosmetic packs to be $20 to be Snoop Dogg, like, come on, guys. True.
37. The value of the Wrath of Espandor is twofold. Its cyclonic arsenal and its proximity to several Tyranid war vessels. Combat Squad Phaedrus is already on board.
Oh boy.
With the tip of the spear. Additional
I can't wait to see how we die in this one.
Make your way to the ordnance depot and take
They can monetize this game so much more if they wanted to. This game, Space Marine 2 has a consumer-friendly DLC policy. I don't think it's a question. There's not a single DLC in this entire game that's above $10 in 2026. All gameplay content in Space Marine 2 is free. Every single bit of gameplay content in Space Marine 2 is free. What are we complaining about? Like, at this point, we just don't understand that games cost money.
Eradicate every trace of Xenos existence we encounter.
Like, I'm all for consumer-friendly practices, but complaining about a video game costing money, like, that's really where the argument ends at this point. It's like, oh. People either they're being forced to buy cosmetics. I mean, they're fucking 40k fans. Of course they're forced to buy cosmetics. They have an addiction. But even then, I don't think it's 40k fans complaining, because 40k fans buy way more expensive shit than a $5 DLC pack, so it's gotta be like the most... I don't even know. I don't know who's complaining. I don't know who it is. Because 40k fans would probably not care that much. I know how you find like a $40 piece of plastic acceptable, and then like a $5 DLC pack in the game not acceptable. Mini figure prices.
Multiple contacts swarming our locus. What is your status, Talassa?
That's true. I have a Lego Theoden that I'm pretty sure is worth like 80 bucks.
We have drawn their focus.
How many DLC voice packs can I buy with that?
Phaedrus, try again.
At least one.
Talassa, Combat Squad Heraton reporting. We lost Fox contact with Combat Squad Phaedrus. Do you know their status?
Phaedrus went silent.
We must consider our brothers lost then. Our objective is to secure the cyclonic warheads at all costs. Encountering heavy Tyranid resistance.
Warning appreciated. Stand firm. Fight hard. No Xenos monstrosity may escape. There is no stable ground. Imperial vessels are sturdy, but they do have limits. Let us remake this vessel into an instrument of retribution.
Top.
Our glorious battle. This Ravenous attack. Give us the great.
unfortunate defensive mastery trigger there. Pew pew. Right through the wall. Feels good. These healers gotta go, but you really don't want to. Where does it even go? You on crack now? Did he crack out? That's the real question. Wow, actually, the elevation is eating my parries there. That sucks. Okay. I can't get up to him right now, so I have to, like, tank this. Yeah, I don't think we... It'd be very hard to actually get a parry on them there. Game's not very good with geometry like that. Okay. Come on over here. There you go. Okay. That was mildly annoying, but...
Fresh magazine. We crushed the ravenous brood.
This guy's actually just trolling me at this point. Oh, he's alright. You're on ground level. Alright.
A neural probe cannot be a
Me when I'm 2 centimeters above the ground. It is mildly annoying, isn't it?
A victory for the Imperial. Xenos leader beasts are rallying the swarm. They hide us. Fail out. Soil no longer trembles at the rapid's presence. The Imperial Navy has impressive armaments. All this firepower. We will afford this cruiser one last attack.
Right.
Skitter to the grave.
Well, we have no...
That sight continues to fire. This galaxy is not yours.
Okay. I think we're on a slightly different elevation here, so he can't hit us as easily, but I don't really want to test that theory out. No.
There is no stable ground. We have trampled the trickling parasite.
Crunch.
Where shall I plant this flag?
Alright, number one thing to go here is just kill the neural through.
Behold, the supremacy of Ultramar. Our
Bones that mellowed and those both together. That silence Tyranids wild. Tyranids suspect and dispense. We crushed the ravenous brood.
Alright, well that's moderately easier now. Unfortunately, we don't have any ammo, which means the Zone Thrust is kind of just aura farming us here. Yeah, I'll try to perfect dodge that. That's probably just not even worth the attempt, to be honest. Whatever.
Eradicate every last feeder. Fire on those lines. Filthy fiends follow. Crush the ravenous brood. That's ready to deploy. Never seen exhaust. That is the last. This galaxy is not yours to devour.
Okay, well. There'll probably be an ammo cache down here. We'll just go grab that, because otherwise the Zone Thrust is gonna float above us like a deity. And I had enough of that. The duo Neurothrope. I think I'm all
Load up.
good on that front. There he is, look at him.
Steal your minds. Stop that target from riding fresh water. The phone one, steal yourself. All coming. Fresh
Okay. We're gonna go fight them in a 1x1 Minecraft hallway, and that'll be that. Does perfect block to damage to enemy with intimidating aura? Yes. Yes, it does.
Squad Heraton reporting in. The bridge is lost, as are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the Ordnance Depot. Calculating a new route based on your report, Heraton. Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's crew managed to execute security protocols before they were overrun by the Xenos brood.
Now, even though we have a heal banner, I'm just going to save it because it's really good for damage, purity purpose. On top of that, for lower HP, we're more likely to find a stim like that. Alright, we have a crack grenade over there. That's actually pretty useful. But melt the bomb's a little bit better.
Talassa, commune with the main console in front of you to bypass the security protocols.
Secure the main console, brothers.
Beep boop bump.
Activate any router switches marked with these sigils, and these sigils only.
So, HBP, what we're looking for.
Inserting round. Fail that open. Fail.
Let's do this.
Symbol is a match.
Ow.
What's the psychic onslaught? Crush the ravenous brood. Ria. This tide of Xenos is over. Waste no time. Find the correct markings. No going from us. Execute that one. Let's get the summit over. Stay alert. See nothing to the chittering Xenos. Skitter to the grave, Xenos. Reload.
You know, without the banner CHP work, it's brutal. I mean, you definitely could. That'd take a lot longer, though. We've done this on Assault before as well. And TAC. Definitely doable. In fact, sometimes it might be better, because if you take, like, Glory Shield, the Glory Shield will just have more banners out, and more banners is very strong in this. You definitely be forced to play a little bit more conservatively, though, at times. Can I go over there?
Xenos Horde. Victory for the Imperium.
HBP.
Symbol confirmed. Our banner awaits unfurled. If the symbols do not match the console, we will be locked out and forced to try again.
The holy button named B. Well, the trifecta button. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Correct sequence confirmed.
I like how they're even
Console
glowing.
reawakening.
A lot of fat spirit warriors here.
Return to functionality.
We need access to the plasma reactors.
The lift platform is in transit. Arrival pending.
Rally at the lift and proceed to the objective.
This galaxy's not yours.
But now we can finally leave this godforsaken spot.
Combat squad Phaedrus is lost. I need a mission status update from all remaining combat squads.
We'll see if we get a boss spawn again. We've had some pretty mean ones. First one wasn't too bad. The Carnifex plus Neurothroat, though, that's one of the hardest combos you can do in this game. Neurothroats are really mean with the Carnifex.
Talassa, you are nearing the reactor cooling hall. Report on its condition when you arrive.
Is there a reason you don't take the AoE on sprint attack with the axe?
Battle stratagems.
Because it's more damage, or poses more damage.
You and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talassa,
That was a cooldown. It's not bad.
about to destabilize the reactor.
I would more so take that on Vanguard and stuff like that, though.
May redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments.
How you play this mod with attack? Yeah, it's actually pretty easy with attack.
Disable the emergency
Tactical might be one of the easier options to do it with. Ooh, what's the bomb? Maybe get a boss spawn.
Emergency blast shields retracting. Warning. Coolant rods exposed. Talassa, I need you to disable the entire cooling array. Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods.
Aim for the exposed rod sections.
That silence too many.
There will be more foes to overcome, and we will succeed! Fresh cut.
Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged.
Fresh magazine.
Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged. Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced. Excellent, Talassa. You will need to repeat the same process at the second array. Access granted to the bridge console.
Tyranny sits back and disdain. Crush the ravenous brood. Fresh cut. Deploy filter. Stop that target from running. Stop their confidence. Let us finish this. Our enemy brings forth
Okay, let's just go across the bridge.
Move to the second array, brothers.
That ready to deploy. You failed at all. Rearm.
Oh, that's convenient.
Resources acquired.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Inserting rounds. Xenos hunting the storm. That Xenos is living up to it. Running fresh water. This shiftless beast. Anyone's earth thinking it. Execute that one. Let me summon aid. Let's take every last Xenos. The Xenos foot will no longer us. Reload. All rods are now inoperational.
Temperatures at critical level. Plasma reactor shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation.
Plaza, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task.
I think I should probably go over to the
And force the plasma reactors to
grab the ammo, and then we'll go down.
The reactor is below.
Because having no ammo in this next portion would potentially suck ass. So I'm gonna grab a Sanctified Wrath. We have one more potential boss spawn here because the boss, I'm pretty sure it's only coded at 4 at the moment. And the final boss counts as one of them, so. Let me just water bottle through here. There's no end to them. Yeah, there's no horde cooldown, so they'll just keep coming. Gotta
There is no going back.
move along. Oh, it's over, and look at that. Do you think it's even possible to kill 5 bosses at the same time, if not 5 primes, solo or duo? I think they have an attack token limit event. I'm sure it's in solo. If you have enough Minoris around you,
Taken him through the technical underbelly.
Negative. But
if you have enough
damage, you may have taken this route.
Minoris up ground pound, you definitely can.
You remain under heavy Tyranid assault.
Once they feel
Probably grab the ammo, by the way.
we believe they will.
This is ill-advised, Alessa.
Only time on Earth we get to melee these dudes.
The cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids
you.
away from your position instead.
You honor the chapter.
Where shall I plant this man? The fewer psychics.
So much range damage, good thing to recharge the banner, I guess. I didn't actually even take that perk on this. I don't think that perk is that good on Tyranids. Not bad, but I think better on Chaos.
Get that tiny thing with everything we have. No Xenos monstrosity may
Ah, this is the game we're playing now? I see, I see.
Listen. Amplify our value.
This is fine.
This galaxy's the door.
Maelstrom stables.
Fresh cut.
Right, if I get that artifacts out of here. Right. Alright, just teleported on me.
Medical assistance would be welcome.
He just teleported on me. That sucks. You can't beat the Hive Timer, you can't see what he's doing, but also just fucking like appeared in front of me. What are you gonna do? On Inferno, that would have been a lot easier because he doesn't get stuck in those hallways. Well, they don't get stuck anymore, but now they just go through and teleport around. Troll spot to spawn a boss. That one's definitely the hardest boss spawn for like a double melee boss. They can frame trap you super hard. What you have to do there is eliminate the Carnifex as fast as possible, but hard to do on account of his gargantuan inability to be stunned. If anybody ever asks you what's unavoidable damage in Space Marine 2, that's unavoidable damage in Space Marine 2. They just fan red attacks too. Yep, sure did. No opportunity to stagger them out of that. And there's Trigon spawn too. Yeah, he's actually not that bad though. He's pretty easy to deal with. Compared to the Hive Tyrants, just sit on the field forever. It's a good boss, but they are a little on crack. I'll try out a Thunderhammer again for a bit. Why not? Could be worse. Imagine there being a Neurothrope. I would take a Neurothrope over that, personally. I think I would. It's on a Bulwark. We'll swap over to a Son of Sanguinius, shall we? I'm not doing this one on Reclamation, though. I'll do this on Inferno's way more fun. For this one, become Warhammer 40k. Trigons aren't too bad, because Trigons, they're actually fairly respectful in how they fight. Thank you for the 100 bits, Corn Hub. May Corn guide your hammer hand. Skulls for the hub of Corn. Corn Hub. That's fucking stupid. That's a stupid name and you know it. How many hours do you have put in this game? At least 2 hours. Welcome back, Froggy.
Promethium in the refinery to destroy the enemy swarm. The Cadians were tasked with providing assistance, but we have since lost contact. First, proceed to the Cadian outpost and establish their fate. You must then infiltrate the refinery and complete demolitions deployment. Trigger detonation only when the main swarm has entered the blast zone. Captain Akaram will coordinate our efforts over Rhodes.
Let us deliver the Emperor's wrath to these creatures. The world this Xenos sought to consume now consumes its carcass. Brothers, tyranny!
Now we need to play this one a little bit differently. Probably has a coffee machine right next to his bed, dude. That is. You guys certainly painted a picture of me. I am akin to Lord Farquaad in both stature and attitude. If you were asking which Trek character I am, which I'm sure some of you have been wondering.
Take flight and let Terra fall. Another alien falls to the Imperium's key.
Sacrifice you're willing to make. Many of you will die, but the sacrifice I am willing to make.
The world this Xenos sought to consume, now consumes.
It's not. I don't like Neurothorps that much, but
Eliminate the neural
I'm more worried about what's coming with him in the actual.
rat shall reign. Another alien falls to the Imperium's keen blade. Take flight and let Terra fall. That pitiful Xenos was but the horror of blood.
Give me it. Give me it. Okay.
The Imperium's hammer rises to strike. Jump back to the orb. I am the righteous storm. Another alien falls to the Imperium's key. Commencing reload. I am airborne ready. Be in the nature of death. The world whom our souls consume now consumes us. Pestilence swarms. Avenging angels.
So disruptive. Neurothropus Trigon is rude.
Xenos hungers insatiable, but the Imperium is dull.
They both kind of just interrupt each other's attacks. Because you can actually kill the Neurothrow pretty easily if you get a double Blast Shard on him. And not when he's doing that constantly. Alright, yeah, that's a hard boss. Okay, we'll do that one more time. We'll try it again. That's a hard cookie to crumble. What are you gonna do? We could try that with the heroic bolt sniper. That'd be a fun run. I thought we were gonna miss every fucking shot after a while though. Fuck it. We'll do it anyways. Indomitable spirit, definitely want that. Conviction, exacting focus. These are all good things. Plus tactical ambush. Yeah, this is the build. That looks like hell and not fun. It is pretty fun when it's not a Trigon plus Neurothrow. Like some of the boss spawns, I mean, there's a reason you don't see a. There are certain boss combinations you don't see in Space Marine 2 ever, and it's because without, well, at least by yourself, the frame traps become inevitable. I'd say the hardest boss combos are like if you add in a Neurothrow plus any other melee enemy, because the way the melee bosses are designed in Space Marine 2, this is an issue in Siege mode as well.
Your mission is to use the stored promethium in the refinery.
Is that they usually have like a very staggered melee hit for you to get like your HP back on, like your armor back on, parry, block, whatever it may be. But if anything else is like out there spamming unblockables with a 5-mile radius, yeah, it gets kind of hard.
Captain Akaram coordinate our efforts over Fox.
Poor sidelines in this swamp.
Oh, it's the first shot. Oh, it's the second shot. I don't even know why I try when their heads return back. Like, genuinely no point. Oh, we got a refund because we double shot him. Whatever.
Fester and rot. See us abomination. Hive mind scout spotted. They shall not see.
Oh.
Active camouflage charged.
Now, one thing about this weapon is if you kill Minoris around, you execute a Majoris and it headshots all the Minoris while your throw bolt sniper's equipped, you will get ammo back. That kind of headshotting them. That's synaptic burst for. Get back here. Cheap little bitch.
Camelio line end game. Camelio line close ready.
Stand still.
Tyranids have no accurate tactics. Tyranid high beast sighted. Changing the stealth ready.
Being impatient, being impatient.
Precisely what we
The almost fun gun.
Camelio line cloak activated. Active camouflage charged. Synaptic servant slow. Alien fireball mark. Camelio line cloak ready. Xeno scum on scope. We stand triumphant over the tyranny.
hive beast sighted. Their numbers are no match for our troops. Active camouflage charge. Alien bioform marked. Bounce that foe before it calls for reinforcement. Ravener destroyed. More hostiles and hostile backup on the way. Amelio line engaged. Amelio line cloak ready. Our adversaries are King Xenos scum on scope. Perhaps they get to choke our livers with their dead. Alien bioform eliminated. Unseen ice of my target. No
Oh, that has shot friend.
artifacts. Active camouflage charge. Amelio line cloak activated. Tyranid high beast sighted. Become stealth ready. Europro spotted. Do not let it get inside your head.
Blocked by that. Okay.
Frag grenade deployed. Active camouflage charge. Alien bioform marked.
Well, guys. I don't want to waste my shots. Okay.
Amelio line engaged. Xenos scum on scope.
There's gonna be an ammo box over here, so oh no.
Amelio line cloak ready.
There's like a normal ammo box. Nope. Okay. So ends.
Tyranids have no.
Oh, actually, I forgot. Since it counts for all of
They
them,
shall not see.
it's free ammo.
Active camouflage
Actually, infinite
charge.
ammo. Frick.
I am a phantom of death.
Yeah, all your ammo. Since every single synapse burst counts as a headshot in this game, if you blow up like 100 of them, it'll count for your replenishing perk.
They shall not. Stims injected. Active camouflage charge. Amelio line cloak ready. Their numbers are no match for our troops. Amelio line cloak activated.
Maybe this guy's actually more ammo efficient than I thought. Well, I mean, technically it's infinite ammo already, but, you know, like, even in case of tragic mishaps.
Active camouflage charge. Amelio line engaged. We live. Die. Perfect balance.
Huh. There will be. Maybe we're in danger.
Xenos love crawling beneath us. Stealth ready. Unseen ice on my target.
Okay. Well. Oh, heck, suddenly getting that. Wow, really good, dude. It triggered the second boss spawn as soon as one died. That's what you win for your super cool knife mode. You get a double card effects into a fucking hive tyrant. Damn, you sucked. Yeah, dude. Anyway, I'm like, really, dude. Basically playing minimal. I do card effects into the, It was going very well. It's going better. I might just take purification with that, though, to be honest. That might be better. Maybe we want targeted shot. Probably want still want tactical ambush so we can do things like that. I don't know. We're not that ammo deficient. It's kind of technically infinite ammo, so... Where's the bike knife? What do you mean? I don't mind fighting them back to back, but at the same time, not missing with that. We beat that a couple times. Or we beat that on Assault, but when you start to stack the melee bosses in this game like that, the potential of getting bamboozle bonked goes up dramatically. You just start to get a healthy helping of just eating shit. After you can't kill 3 bosses and 20 warriors, you're washed up. It's true, dude. When they all put their little sword arms, what am I can't even damage them. They just all have their little stupid fucking sword arms. What would win? The artillery might of the Imperium or 2 bone swords?
The Canadian commander can brief you on the fortress's current status.
A suitable position to launch an assault.
That's a bug of the double spawning. It's any fixed version if you want. You can sure do that. I don't see why not.
The fortress's Icarus last cannons are strong.
I don't know how well this build's gonna do in this long term, because like, yeah, you have infinite ammo, we have to hit every headshot, and after a while, they start to clump together into one gigantic mosh pit. But you do get all your ammo back on an execute, so there's that.
Towards the fortress. May the Emperor grant you success.
The Acadian said this was our way forward.
You can take me 26 with a 5 sub.
Fortress's cannons, we should be able to defeat the Hierophant.
You can hit them where it hurts, my lord. Dude, get your Game of Thrones speech out of here, okay? I ain't no... So if I came from a house, you'd be in the breach. And it would probably want it like a smaller like a smaller house. Noble house of the Tyrells, most likely. I'd be a farmer. I'd be a Fossaway.
Immediate eyes on this spot. Active camouflage charge. Alien bioform mark. Rendezvous at mark. Second wave headed aid fail in their quest for aid. Stealth
Bang.
ready.
Thing.
Rearming. They shall not. Tyrannid eyepiece sighted. Tyrannids have no eye for tactics. Xeno scum on scope. Lance that foe before it calls for reinforcement. A Camelio line cloak ready.
Why does it all go to shit?
Alien bioform marked. Messenger and Xenos abomination. Active camouflage charge. I am a phantom of death. Our adversaries are keen to lose. Stealth ready. Reloading.
Thing. Alright, what's fun? Oh, a victim.
That zoanthrope is no more. Active camouflage charge. Checkpoint located. Spore line spotted. Alien bioform located. Get eyes on this.
Can't see shit.
Camelio line cloak ready. Xenoscalon scope.
That's annoying. Get your dust out of my face.
Camelio line NK. Fire on the dummies. Alien bioform mark. Stealth ready. Spore lines. Shoot them. Tyranids have no right to attack. Active camouflage charge. Eliminate Xenos mines. I am a phantom of death.
I get out of my fucking way, all these goddamn sword lords. You see, it wouldn't be so bad if they didn't block
Camelio line
100% of my damage when they put their arms up.
Their numbers are no match for ours. Inserting fresh anti. Choke our rivers with their dead. Hostile backup on the wall. Synaptic servant slaughtered.
I can't see shit. Hellfire receiver. It actually has drop pods like in my eyeball. Yeah, it's like that's the Tyranid equivalent of a smoke bomb.
Xenos love crawling creatures. Perhaps they could choke our rivers with their dead. Stealth ready. Tyranids have no right for tactics.
Alright, well, that's okay. We didn't even make it to the first boss spawn yet, but what are you gonna do? The Cracknade, be like that.
Could prove useful.
Might be our major boss solver in a lot of cases.
No hindrance remains.
Oh, no spawn? Wow. Lucky us.
Second wave headed toward us. The stench of Xenos taking Camelio line close activated. Active camouflage charge. Xenos scum on scope. Launching crack grenade. Camilio line cloak ready. Alien bioforming. I am a phantom of death. Active camouflage. Stealth ready. We stand triumphant over the tyrannies. Synaptic servant slaughter. Mark that foe before it calls for reinforcements. Their call has been heard. Apply additional active camouflage charge. I am a phantom of death. Hostile backup on the way. More hostile race material. There is a legion sniffing around us. Replenishing vitality. Changing magazine. Camilio line cloak ready. So and fro.
What a waste. What a waste.
With haste.
I kind of want to pull it back to the,
Watch out! Neurothroats seek to ravage our wits. Active camouflage charge. Readying its body.
This should give me back all my ammo. Yeah, there it is. They all count as a,
Xenos abomination. Stealth ready. They shall not see me. Tyrannies have no hybrid tactics. A most impressive cleansing, brothers.
boss. Warriors, huh?
Crack grenade! Their numbers are no match for our trading. And so and Throat has played its last line. Camilio line Throat ready. The lictor stood no chance. Synaptic servant slaughter.
Alright.
Precisely what we needed. Inserting fresh magazine. Active
Can I
camouflage charge.
just bang? Bang?
Crack grenade deployed. Unseen ice of my target. Amelio line cloak ready. Amelio line engaged. Stealth ready. Alien bioform eliminated. Perhaps they seek to choke our rivers with their dead. Active camouflage charge. Amelio line cloak active. Inserting fresh magazine. Amelio line cloak ready. A Xenos stealthily tries to ambush us.
Right. Well, I do deserve this.
Our targets never stay with active camouflage charge. Stealth ready. Xenos viscera is everywhere. I am a phantom of death.
Wow, I guess we just tell those shots that turn. Whatever. Least important time for it, I guess.
Active camouflage charged. Munitions here.
Your Vanguard loving is mauling as Cypher stocks go up. I'm just good. For a Bulwark build, you make an argument for carrying a shield versus a hammer. I mean, shield lets you animation cancel, it's just better.
Focus fire on the
I have no question.
terrorist beast.
Right, all the experiments we're fighting right now.
Crack grenade out. Amelio line cloak ready. Eyes up, brothers. Xenos descending. Amelio line cloak active. Tyrannies have no mind. Stealth ready. Active camouflage charge. They shall not.
I love having 50 sword warriors in my face. It feels so good.
I am a phantom of death. Stealth ready. Camellia line cloak ready. The reclamation center entrance is just ahead, Captain.
The hive ships are ready to range of the capillary towers. We are in Kadakar's final hours.
Active camouflage charge. Send the wave headed toward us.
So many interruptions, dude.
Camellia line cloak ready. Synaptic servant slaughtered. They shall not see.
It'd be a lot less annoying if they didn't like block 100% of all range damage every time they put their bone swords up, which means the amount of enemies you can actually shoot. Maybe if we hit every headshot, for not obviously, but
Stealth ready.
the amount of guys we actually have to shoot and do actual damage to is pretty low.
Camellia line engaged. We live. Xenos die. Perfect balance. Camellia line cloak ready. Alien bioform eliminated. Our adversaries are keen to lose it. The enemy. Unleash your
Oh, see, the joke's on you. I actually have no HP.
none shall constrict me.
Oh. Now I definitely have no HP. Bramble insta-killed me out of the grab. There we go. Alright. That's, I mean, that's a fun build. I'm sure I can do it. It's just like, when you come across the horde of sword warriors that block all your range damage, it becomes 10 times less fun to play. It can definitely work. Like, that build could probably go through it. How fun. It'd probably get like 10 times better once you have a melt-a-bomb. Then you just blow up all the sword warrior hordes over and over on a 30-second cooldown. Alright guys, that's all. Goodbye. That's all from me.